Hi friends, welcome to Simplify Maths. Today we are going to learn Understanding Quadrilaterals, Chapter 3, Exercise 3.3 for Class 8 NCERT book. First question. Given a parallelogram ABCD, complete each statement along with the definition or property used. So this ABCD is a parallelogram. Parallelogram means what? Opposite sides are parallel and equal. Also, the diagonals bisect each other. Opposite angles are equal. These are the properties you need to know. Opposite angles are equal. The adjacent angles are supplementary. Supplementary means the addition of two angles. Adjacent means next angles are 180 degree. Okay. So, AD is equal to, it must be equal to BC. Okay. BC. Angle DCB equals angle DAB. Opposite angles are equal always. DAB or angle BAD, whatever you can tell. Next, OC. This OC is equal to OA because this is equal and these two are equal. So, OC is equal to OA. If you know the properties, these are all very easy for you. Measure of angle DAB plus measure of angle CDA is equal to 180 degree. I have told you the adjacent angles. This angle DAB. DAB means this angle. CDA means this angle. Adjacent. These two are adjacent. Similarly, these two adjacent. These two are adjacent. These two are adjacent. If you add those angles, it will give you 180 degree. Next question. Consider the following parallelogram. Second question. Consider the following parallelograms. Find X, Y, Z. First subdivision. ABCD is a parallelogram. If you know the properties well, it is just a 30-second question. It's very easy to solve also. See, adjacent angles are always supplementary. If this is 100 degree means, which number makes this to us 180 degree? It must be 80 degree, right? Because angle B plus angle C is equal to 180 degree. If this is 100, this must be 80 degree, right? Also, opposite angles are always equal in a parallelogram. So, it is 80 degree. If this is 100 means this is also 100 degree. So, X equal to 80, Y equal to 100 and Z equal to 80 degree. Second subdivision, again it is very easy. See, it is a parallelogram. Parallelogram means opposite angles are equal. So, just to fill up the things whatever we have. 50 degree means this must be 50 degree. This is a linear pair, right? This is a linear pair means 50 degree plus this Z angle gives you 180 degree. So, 50 plus Z equal to 180 degree. Therefore, Z equal to 130 degree, right? This is 130 degree. Also, the addition of these two angles must give you 180 degree. It must be 130 degree, right? 130 plus 50 degree is equal to 180 degree. If this is 130, opposite angle is also equal. This is 130 degree. So, X equal to 130, Y equal to 130 degree and Z equal to 130 degree. Third subdivision. See, this is also a parallelogram with unknown angles X, Y and Z. We are going to find those things. Okay. It looks like a rhombus. So, this is the bisector, perpendicular to each other. These diagonals are perpendicular to each other. By looking itself, we can easily tell. So, this is 90 degree. That means angle X is 90 degree. Now, consider this triangle alone. Now, consider this triangle alone. If this is 90 degree and this is 30 degree, okay, this interior angle. What is this angle? We know very well the interior angle of a triangle is always 180 degree. So, 90 degree plus 30 degree plus Y is equal to 180 degree. Y is equal to 180 degree minus 120 degree. This gives you 60 degree. So, the value of Y is 60 degree angle. Now, Z. So this is 90 degree means this is also 90 degree. All the center angles are 90 degree only. Also this must be 30 degree. Why it is 30 degree? Because this is a transversal line. See, if you alternate interior angles are always equal. So this must be 30 degree. Alternate interior angle means it will come like that. If this is 30, this is also, these two angles must be same. If this is 30 means this is also 30. See here, this Z shape will form. So two parallel lines and a line pass through this parallel line means it is called a transversal. The alternate interior angles are always equal. So 90 degree, 30 degree. This is again a triangle, right? This is again a triangle with 90 degree, 30 degree. This is 90 and this is 30 degree. So this must be 60 degree. Here just now we have seen. So this is angle Z. So Z equal to same thing, 180 degree minus 120 degree. 120 is nothing but 90 plus 30, which is equal to 60 degree. So the value of Z is 60 degree. Fourth subdivision, it is very easy. If it is a parallelogram, opposite angles must be equal. So 80, 80. Adjacent angles are always supplementary. That means it will give you, if you add these two, it will give you 180 degree. So it is 80 means it must be 100 degree. So opposite angles are equal. So this angle, the angle formed here must be 100 degree. What is the exterior angle? This is also a linear pair now. Linear pair means the addition of these two angles sums up to 180 degree. So 100 degree plus 80 degree makes this as a linear pair. X equal to 100, Y equal to 80 degree and Z equal to 80 degree. Fifth subdivision. See, this is also a parallelogram. Parallelogram means opposite angles are equal. So this is 112 degree means Y is 112 degree. Consider this triangle alone. The sum of the interior angle, that means angle sum is 180 degree. Therefore, 40 degree plus 112 degree plus X is equal to 180 degree. X is equal to 180 degree minus 152 degree. X equals 28 degree. So this is 28 degree. If this is 28 degree means, see, two parallel lines and a line passes through means this is called alternate interior angles, right? This must be equal. If this is X means this is also X. So if it is 28 degree means this Z value is also 28 degree. So X equal to 28 degree, Y equal to 112 degree and Z equal to 28 degree. That's all. Easy, right? Third question. First subdivision. Can a quadrilateral ABCD be a parallelogram if angle D and angle B is equal to 180 degree? Opposite angles of a parallelogram must be equal. So it must be 90 degree then. So 90 degree means it is obviously a rectangle, correct? It is a rectangle. So this is also a parallelogram. What we can say is, the answer for this question is, it can be, but need not be. It can be a parallelogram. That means ABCD can be a parallelogram if angle D plus angle B is equal to 180 degree. Second subdivision. AB is equal to 8 cm, DC is equal to 8 cm, AD is equal to 4 cm, BC equal to 4.4 cm. Then ABCD, this is not a parallelogram. Parallelogram means opposite sides are parallel and also it must be equal. Since AD not equal to BC, it is not a parallelogram. Okay. See, third subdivision. If angle A is 70 degree and angle C is 65 degree, is this a parallelogram? Of course not, since angle A is not equal to angle C. Opposite angle must be equal. If it is not equal, it is not a parallelogram. So this is also not a parallelogram. Fourth question. Draw a rough figure of a quadrilateral that is not a parallelogram but has exactly two opposite angles of equal measure. Yeah, we can easily draw a quadrilateral which is not a parallelogram. Example kite. For the kite, opposite angles are equal. So kite is the best example for a quadrilateral which is not a parallelogram with the equal measures with the opposite angles are equal. Fifth question. Ratio of measures of two adjacent angles of a parallelogram is in the ratio 3:2. That means 3x:2x. But we know that the adjacent angles are always supplementary. That means 3x plus 2x. If you add these two, it will give you 180 degree. Therefore, 5x is equal to 180 degree. X equal to 180 degree divided by 5 equal to 36 degree. Now, if we apply 36 degree, 3 into 36 is to 2 into 36. What is the value? This gives us 108 degree is to 72 degree. So, this is the measures of the two adjacent angles of a parallelogram if it is in the ratio 3:2. Sixth question. Two adjacent angles of a parallelogram have equal measure. Find the measure of each angle of the parallelogram. Two adjacent angle means this angle and this angle. Two adjacent angle means these two are adjacent and these two are adjacent. This and this are adjacent. This and this are adjacent. They are telling two adjacent angles of a parallelogram have equal measure. Also, we know that by property, the adjacent angles are always supplementary. Supplementary means if you add these two angles, it will give you 180 degree. X plus x. If it is x, this is also x. If you add these two, it will give you 180 degree. So, 2x equal to 180 degree. X equal to 180 degree divided by 2, which is 90 degree. Therefore, this parallelogram is a square or a rectangle. X equal to 90 degree. Each angle must be 90. Seventh question. HOPE is a parallelogram. Find x, y and z. It's very easy. See what is given. The exterior angle is 70 degree. So from this we will start. If it is 70 degree, what is this angle? 180 degree minus 70 will give you, because this is a linear pair. So 180 minus 70 will give you 110 degree. In a parallelogram, opposite angles are equal. So if it is 110, this is also 110 degree. So we have found out x. Also in a parallelogram, the adjacent angles are supplementary. Adjacent angle means this full angle. 40, this full angle and this angle. So 40 degree plus z, adjacent angles are supplementary. Supplementary means it is equal to 180 degree. Therefore, z equal to 180 degree minus this and this 150 degree. Z equal to 30 degree. The value of this is 30 degrees. This z is 30 degree. Now, what is the value of y? Consider this as a triangle. Okay, if this is a triangle, 30 degree plus 110 degree plus y is equal to 180 degree. Always the angle sum of a triangle is 180 degree. So, y is equal to 180 degree minus 140 degree, which gives us 40 degree. Therefore, x equal to 110, y equal to 40 degree, z equal to 30 degree. Eighth question. GUNS, guns, RUNS, runs or parallelograms. That means they have named it like that. Guns and runs or parallelograms. Find x and y. Lengths are in centimeter. In a parallelogram, we all know very well the opposite sides are equal, right? So, if opposite sides are equal, this 3x must be equal to 18, right? So, x is equal to 18 by 3, which is equal to 6 centimeter. Now, here it must be equal. These two sides must be equal. So, 3y minus 1 is equal to 26. 3y is equal to 27. Y equal to 27 divided by 3, which is equal to 9 centimeter. So x equal to 6 centimeter, y is equal to 9 centimeter. Now second subdivision, runs, R-U-N-S. We all very well know the diagonals bisect each other, and bisect each other means these two lengths must be equal. These two lengths must be equal. Therefore, x plus y is equal to 16. This length and this length must be equal. Similarly, y plus 7 is equal to 20. Take this as 1 and this is 2. Solving linear equations. Very easy, right? Y is equal to 20 minus 7 is equal to 13 centimeter. Y value is 13. Now, what is x? We can substitute this in first equation. So, x plus 13 is equal to 16. X equal to 16 minus 13, which is equal to 3 centimeter. Therefore, x value is 3 centimeter and y value is 13 centimeter. Ninth question, find x. Risk and clue or parallelogram. See, overlapped parallelogram. R-I-S-K, risk. C-L-U-E, parallelogram. Two parallelograms. Okay. So, how to find the values of x here? It's very easy. Consider risk alone. R-I-S-K. Okay. R-I-S-K. It is a parallelogram means the opposite angles must be equal. It must be 120 degree. Also, the adjacent angle must be supplementary. Supplementary means if you add this angle and this angle, it should give you 180 degree. So, 120 plus 60 degree only makes 180 degree, right? So, this is 60 degree. If this is 60 degree, this angle must be 60 degree. Now, let's do this. Clue, C-L-U-E. Here it is 70 degree. So, its opposite angle must be equal, right? This is also 70 degree. Now, consider this part alone. This is a triangle E, S, this is X. We are going to find this X. How to find this? We know this angle and this angle. This is 60 degree and this is 70 degree. So, angle sum of a triangle is always 180 degree. So, 60 degree plus 70 degree. That means I am adding all the interior angle equal to 180 degree. X is equal to 180 minus 130 degree. Therefore, x equal to 50 degree. The value of this x is 50 degree. 10th question. Explain how this figure is a trapezium. Which of its two sides are parallel? See, first of all, for that we need to know what is trapezium. Trapezium means a pair of opposite sides must be parallel. So, we are going to find a pair only, not two pairs. A pair means a side, this or this. By looking itself, it is not parallel. So, let's try for this. So, look at the angles they have given. Also, in 7th standard itself, we have found if two parallel lines are there and a straight line pass through these two parallel lines. Okay. The angles, the interior angles formed must be 180 degree. Supplementary, these two, addition of these two angles must be 180 degree. So, consider these two are parallel lines and this is the transversal line. The interior angles formed are supplementary because 100 plus 180 degree is supplementary, right? Sum of interior angle is equal to 180 degree, these two angles. So, what is this line? This line is KL, is parallel to MN. So, KLMN is a trapezium. 11th question, find the measure of C, this angle. If AB parallel to DC, that means it is a trapezium. Just we have seen two parallel lines and a line passes through the parallel line means this is called transversal, right? The interior angle, the addition of the interior angle must be 180 degree. So, this angle and this angle, if you add these two, it will give you 180 degree. So, 120 degree obviously plus 60 degree will give you 180 degree. Therefore, measure of C is equal to 60 degree. 12th question. Find the measure of angle P and angle S if SP parallel to RQ. Again same trapezium question. SP parallel to RQ. So this is a transversal lines. These are transversal lines. If you find M of R, that means measure of R, by this thing they have mentioned it as 90 degree. Okay, right angle. Is there more than one method to find M of P? This is the transversal line, right? Transversal line means these two must be supplementary. If it is 130 means the angle which makes, if you add it with, will give you 180 degree. It must be 50 degree, right? 50 degree plus 130 degree only will make you 180 degree. To make this 130 as 180, we need 50 degree here. So 50 degree is the measure of P, angle P. What is S? So these two are parallel. Again this is a transversal. So the addition of these two angle must be 180 degree. Already it is 90. So it must be 90 degree. Then only it will make, if you add, it will make you 180 degree. So angle P equal to 50 degree and angle S is equal to 90 degree. Yes, we can find the value of the measure of P in another way also. If we find out all the three angles and we are left with this P alone means we know very well the angle sum of the interior angle of a quadrilateral is always 360 degree. So if we add all these angles and equate it with the 360 degree, easily we will get the value of P, right? So with this exercise 3.3 got over. If you like the video, do subscribe our channel. I'll meet you in my next video, Understanding Quadrilaterals Chapter 3, Exercise 3.4 for Class 8. Thank you.